3 months is not enough time to become rich in America, but it is enough time to stop feeling like your money controls you. In 2026, a 35-year-old retail manager in Houston earns around $68,000 a year and still checks his bank account before buying groceries. Not because he is irresponsible, but because he never feels sure how much is actually safe to spend. His paycheck hits, bills take their share, small purchases fill the gaps, and within days, the sense of control disappears again. This is the reality for millions of Americans. Not poverty, not luxury, just constant financial pressure with no breathing room. And the dangerous part is how normal it feels. People start believing this is just how adult life works. Work hard, get paid, feel relief for a moment, then repeat the same cycle. But what most people do not realize is that their problem is not just income, it is the system their money flows through. Because when money has no structure, behavior takes over, and behavior is emotional, inconsistent, and reactive. That is why people with decent salaries still feel broke. Their habits are running faster than their plans. And that is exactly why 3 months can change everything. Not because 90 days turns you into a millionaire, but because it is enough time to interrupt the pattern that has been quietly draining your finances for years. Most people do not lose control of money in one big mistake. They lose it in dozens of small decisions that feel harmless in the moment, but expensive over time. That's the psychology behind financial stress. It builds slowly, then suddenly feels permanent. But permanence is often just repetition, and repetition can be broken. That's what a 3-month reset is designed to do. It forces awareness, creates friction, and rebuilds control in a short, focused window of time. And before we break down exactly how to do that, hit like, subscribe, and follow DollarNeck because this channel is built for normal Americans trying to make smarter money decisions in a system that quietly encourages overspending and financial dependence. The truth is simple. You do not need years to fix your finances. You need a short period of honesty, discipline, and structure strong enough to break the cycle that has been keeping you stuck. The fastest way to fix your finances in 3 months is not complicated, but it requires intensity. Month 1 is about stopping the damage. Before anything improves, you have to slow down the financial bleeding. That means tracking every dollar with precision, not guessing, not estimating, actually seeing where your money is going in real time. Most Americans avoid this step because it feels uncomfortable. But that discomfort is exactly what creates clarity. When you see the truth, the excuses disappear. You notice the subscriptions you forgot about, the small daily purchases that quietly add up, the convenience spending that feels harmless but compounds over weeks. This is where awareness becomes power. At the same time, you reduce unnecessary spending immediately. No emotional purchases, no random online shopping, no spending just because you feel tired or stressed. Month 1 is not about perfection, it is about interruption. You're breaking the automatic habits that have been running your finances without your permission. Month 2 is about creating breathing room. Once you stop the leaks, you redirect that money with purpose. Build a small emergency fund, even if it is just $1,000. This buffer changes everything because it prevents small problems from turning into new debt. Then focus on your biggest financial stress point, not always the largest balance, but the one that creates the most anxiety. It could be a credit card, overdraft cycle, or a bill that constantly puts you behind. Eliminate or reduce it aggressively. This creates momentum, and momentum is what keeps people consistent. Without it, most financial plans fail. During this phase, you also look for ways to increase income, even temporarily. Overtime, side work, selling unused items. This is not about hustle culture. It's about speeding up recovery. 3 months is short, so effort has to be focused. By the end of month 2, most people feel something they have not felt in a long time: control. Not complete freedom, but enough progress to believe change is actually possible.
and that belief is what carries you into the final stage.
Month 3 is where everything starts to feel different. This is where you stop reacting to money and start controlling it with intention. By now, your spending is visible, your leaks are smaller, and you have created at least a small financial buffer. That is when you build a system that makes good decisions automatic. You set up bill payments so nothing is late. You automate savings so progress happens without thinking. And you create simple spending rules that protect you from falling back into old habits. Most people fail financially not because they lack knowledge, but because they rely on willpower in moments where they are tired, stressed, or distracted. Systems remove that weakness. When your money is organized, your brain does not have to fight as hard to make the right choices. This is also where your relationship with money begins to shift. Bills stop feeling like threats and start feeling predictable. Your paycheck no longer disappears instantly because it already has a plan before it arrives. That emotional stability is powerful. A 40-year-old delivery driver in Nevada does not become wealthy in 90 days, but he stops living in constant panic. He builds a small emergency fund, pays down a high-interest credit card, and finally goes a full week without worrying about his bank balance. That is real progress. And progress changes behavior. Once you feel in control, you naturally make better decisions. You spend less impulsively, save more consistently, and think longer term. This is how financial improvement actually happens in real life, not through one big breakthrough, but through small, repeated actions that create stability over time. 3 months will not solve everything, but it will change your direction, and direction is what matters most. If you keep moving forward with a clear system, your finances will continue to improve long after those 90 days are over. That's how normal people build real financial security. If this gave you a practical way to reset your money fast, like, subscribe, and follow DollarNeck for more real-world financial psychology, smarter money systems, and strategies designed for people who want control, not confusion, in today's economy.